Welcome to Profile. My guest today is Dr. Euphemia Sophia Burke-Robinson, calling out all of your government name. She grew up in Dry Hill, a lane in Garden Hill, St. Catherine, on the range of the Wonderbolus Mountain. She was one of 5 children raised in a one-room board house that her father built with his own hands. No electricity, no pipe water, no mirror on the dresser, and she struggled to read. But now, president of the Jamaica Association of Education Officers and an author. Her book, Most Improved Student in the Classroom of Life, published in 2026. She's second lieutenant of the Jamaica Combined Cadet Force Toastmasters Champion Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. Welcome to Profile.
Thank you so very much.
So when you hear that story, considering where you started, or when you hear that intro, considering where you started, or what do you think?
I think that the journey has been one that I continue to pinch myself, Archie. I continue to pinch myself because I never dreamed that, I would be sitting here talking to you on Profile. Certainly, that's something that I've always considered, but never knew that I would actually sit here on Profile to talk with you.
Well, you have an absolutely beautiful story, so we want to thank you for joining us today. And I've just listed out some of the different kinds of accomplishments that you have. But what is striking to me in your story overall is the idea of being a student who couldn't read at a stage, but now an education officer who, by the way, through that role and in that role, is influencing policy. And your story starts in Dry Hill, which is in the parish of St. Catherine.
Yes.
First, just shape Dry Hill for us. Let her help our viewers understand.
Right. So to get to Dry Hill, you must get to Garden Hill. And Garden Hill really is on the mountain range of the Wonderbolus Mountain, where we can look over in Loida's Vale. So Dry Hill, it was very small at the time because we had about 3 families living down in Dry Hill at the time. And all the children that grew up there before we did, they would have been adults and have moved out. So my father's family was a young family coming to live in that aged part of Garden Hill, for want of a better term. But in that community, in the where I grew up, we were like living in what I call the cultivation. It's a cultivation because surrounding the house, we had coffee berries, we had breadfruit trees, we had cane farms, we had all those things, surrounding the house. And so it was really very resourceful where we lived in terms of provision, ground provisions for cooking. So that was a good source for us down in Dry Hill there where we live, and in the entire community of Garden Hill. Even
though the community itself and the conditions in which you lived were, the house, for instance, was very small, but you had the resource around you. So the house now is a very small, one-bedroom board house without electricity or running water.
Can I tell you? So looking back now, Archibald, I can't fathom how all 7 of us, meaning my 4 siblings, myself and my parents, we lived in that 1-bedroom board house. In the days, we paid not much attention to it, but in the nights, it was our bathroom, our bedroom, our kitchen, and where we played and where our mother get to give us the better part of the beating that she didn't get to give us in the day. The furnishing in that bedroom, it was very sparse in terms of what we had. We had a table, we had 2 beds, one small one and a large one, and we had a dresser. And because everything in that house was made by my father, we had a dresser. And it didn't have any mirror. Why? Because my father couldn't make it.
He didn't make it.
And then we didn't have electricity. We didn't have anything that was powered by anything at all. Not even a clock on the wall, can I tell you? So that was the situation of the housing. We had our kitchen that was on the outside, detached from the house, and the normal latrine that we had in the country. So that was the setting overall.
But you had very resourceful parents, though.
They were.
So in terms of parents, your mother, and by the way, she's one of the most vivid figures in your story. So cooking dinner and picking coffee berries at the same time, selling kerosene oil and matches to keep the household afloat. Describe this person.
My mother, in terms of her physiques, she is a strapping, strong, tall.
You say about 6 feet tall.
Jamaican woman. Her feet, large feet. She could wear between 11 and 12 size.
Wow.
So she was, quite a strong woman. And I think that what kind of fortified her physique was the fact that she did hard work. This was a woman who did the washing for neighbors. That was a part of how it is that she would resource our household. She did iglering. So every Friday, she would gather the ground provisions from the various farms, and then we had to put it on head and walk down Brockhart Hill. So, so we get down there sometimes, we can't turn our necks left or right. And then she would go to the Spanish Town Market, sleep in the market house overnight. That's Friday night. And she would, got up early Saturday morning and do the selling, get back home. And then Sunday morning, she would get to picking the chicken because she was a poultry farmer. And we would have to carry the chicken out to those persons who bought. And then she would do her farming. She would have her potato patch, her gungu peas patch, everything. And she was also taking care of elderly families. We actually need to take a break. We're going to talk a little bit about, not just about your mother, but about your father as well. We're taking our first break on Profile. My guest is Dr. Euphemia Burke-Robinson. She is an education officer at Ministry in Region 6 in the Ministry of Education, Skills and Information. She's the president of the Jamaica Association of Education Officers and a published author as well. We'll be back with you after these messages.